guys, for this video I decided to do a voiceover as I start my look. So I started my face off with Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I've been loving it so far, and if you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, it works pretty good. And my skin has been transitioning over to combination skin, so I've been pretty much using that and taking a break on the primers that are for oily skin. For this video, I used the AOA Studio Sculpting Brow Pencil in dark brown. You can get that at shopmissa.com. I'm not too big of a fan of it. I'm not sure if it's going to be a staple in my videos or in my day-to-day, but I'm deciding that I want to go ahead and try and use that today. So to carve out my brows and do my highlighting, I'm deciding to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation plus Concealer and the color 21 Cream Caramel. Not sure why I can't talk while I'm doing this, but I'm just using that, and I'm using a regular generic sponge from my beauty supply store to blend it in. You don't have to run out and get a beauty blender or a body blender or any of that stuff. You know, the good old sponges you can get from Sally's or your local beauty supply store will work just fine. And actually the brush that I'm using is from the AOA Studio at shopmissa.com. And the little jingle bell you hear in the background is my cat Bella deciding that she wants to come help me as I do my voiceover. So the color that I put on top of my eyelids to blend in is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Concealer in the color 24. I believe that is golden. So I got that in, and I just wanted to prep my eyes before I start working with my eyeshadow. So I'm just blending that in really well, and then I decided to set it with some Laura Mercier translucent powder before I start working in my shadows. I didn't want to set it completely, but just to get some of that shine off, but it's still usually a good base. So then I started going in the corner of my eyes. My transition color is the Morphe Dare to Create 29A palette. The transitional color is Canvas. Now on that palette, I have not really gotten a chance to really dig into that palette, but it has a whole row dedicated to transitional colors, or just options for transitional colors. So I purchased some stuff from a company called Hush.com. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, and it is now only available on the app version. So I got a palette from it called Bad Habit, and this is the Solstice palette, and the color that I'm using before I went on to the yellow is Earth, and the bright yellow that you see me using is called Summer. Now, I saw the color in the palette and I absolutely loved it, but as you can see, it's really chalky and powdery. So I think probably when I use this palette again, I will either not set my eyes with my powder, or I will wet my brush, because as you see, as I start to work out my work on the color, it starts to lose its pigment, and as you can see, it's a lot of fallout. And I am tapping my brush as I go, but it's just so powdery and it does not stick. And as I start to blend and work out my lines, you'll see I'll start to lose some of that pretty yellow color as I continue to work. Kind of sucks. So I'm just trying to build it back in. As you see, as I keep going, I'm trying to pack on more color. I'm using Earth again, but I'm just using that under my eyes just to smoke it out just a tad, not too much. That is also totally optional, but I thought I would do that to jazz up. And what I'm using in the corners of my eyes is a shimmer color in the same Solstice palette called Raise. I had no problem. The shimmer color in that palette was amazing. So I decided to go on and pop on my mascara from Maybelline, and that's the New York, the Colossal Volume Express. Yeah, I give you guys a kissy face. So I have my Ardell Mega Volume lashes in 253. I didn't put the video as I put them on because those lashes was a bit of a struggle, and I didn't want to waste time fighting with those lashes to get them on. They're super heavy, and if you have eyes like mine, the size like mine, you will have a bit of a problem, and you may have to cut to alter them. So for this part, I'm using an e.l.f. color correcting stick in orange just to cover up some of my acne scarring and the bags under my eyes. Honey, had to cover them up. So my foundation that I'm using for this video is the Lancome. I'm not even about to try to pronounce this, but it's down below, and it's a 24-hour comfort wear. And it's in the color 500 Suede W. I like this foundation because when I did go try it for the first time at Sephora, I didn't have to do, it wasn't like a struggle match. It was easy to match myself. I didn't have to, play Mimi the scientist to mix and match potions to get the right color for my skin. So this is one of my faves that I go to, and I think I'm running low, so I might have to make a trip to Sephora and get me some more. So I'm just bringing it down to my neck and blending it out, and under my eyes I'm going back in with the same concealer I used on my eyeballs, my eyelids rather, and that's the Clinique in the color 24 Golden, and that's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer. I like it, and the fact that it has an applicator, the applicator is your best friend. I have no complaints about it, not at all. It has good coverage, and I love how it settles when you use it to highlight. I will probably eventually do a video just using that. I don't remember if I've already done one, but they're also one of my favorites. It's just a tad bit harder matching my foundation when I use them. When I do my foundation for my face, I usually match 24 and 26 to get my color. So I'm just blending that in and making sure I got all of my little imperfections under my eyes. And yes, my sponge is a little damp, and I use that as I blend out the cream, and it helps pick up the powder and helps push the powder in so we can get a decent bake. And the baking powder, of course, is Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm just getting that under my eyes, and let that sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna dust it off. I didn't let it sit super long because we don't want flashback, because flashback is not your friend. So I'm going ahead and I'm putting on the powdered form of the Lancome's foundation for the powder foundation. I'm going ahead and put that on, and that's also in the color 500 Suede Warm. I'm going back in with my Maybelline mascara to help my disrespectful bottom lash line. Oh, they're so bad. I have no lashes on the bottom. Well, I do. They're just very short and thin. I don't have beautiful long bottom lashes, so every little bit helps. So now I decided to just do some light contouring of my cheeks, and I'm using the Milani Baked Bronzer in the color 06 Golden, just a little bit, and then can't forget my Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy Sculpting Blush in the number 220 Pink Kiss. Now, I know you guys may sleep on Estee Lauder, but they're in it for the cause. They have some nice colors. And for my highlight, I decided to use the Soap and Glory Ox Luminous Sphere Sheer Burst Peach Party Blush Brick in Apricot Jam. Oh my god, that is a lot to say. Yes, but I'm using that as my highlighter, and I'm also going to get my brow bone. I'm going to hit my brow bone with that same peachy golden color. If you guys haven't got a chance to try Soap and Glory's products, they are amazing. That was an impulse buy, and it was a great impulse buy. And finally, I'm going to move on to my smackers with my Fenty Beauty Matte Demoiselle color. I bought this. I think this is Griselda. Yes, this is Griselda, and I love the color, and that's about it. That's just start and finish of it. I purchased this with my own money. I ran out. I don't want the Rihanna Navy to come after me, but I'm not a fan of the lipsticks because of the shape of the tube itself. I'm old school. I'm used to a wider lipstick, and I've gotten used to, matte stuff. Finishing off with my Urban Decay all-nighter. But guys, I hope you like this look. I hope you like the voiceover, and I thank you guys for watching.